locked like an end zone. What? Score, check it. Benji call it money, my ringtone. Hundreds. Or blue, put her in the friend zone. She turned on.
For Halloween night, we've got NFL players dressed up as Cowboys and Vikings. Get ready for one more treat as Dallas takes on Minnesota. Next on EA Sports.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's Smith to return it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins. They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. For a little juke. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Cousins. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Joseph's got it. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Now he steps away. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
A Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated.
Under pressure, they got him again. Daniil Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
The veteran in his first year with the Cowboys, Brian Anger, on to punt.
Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Fielded just inside the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning. And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards. And that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a Viking score.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And he can't field it cleanly. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. 2nd down. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
B.C. Johnson,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0.
So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. From the 10. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, you get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and it's third down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Stephen Weatherly gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. On the return is Peterson. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on first down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. Fights him off. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 22 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
In the NFL in 2020, only Derrick Henry had more yards after contact than Dalvin Cook, and runs like we just saw. That's why.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Stephen Weatherly able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Throwing on second and long. Prescott.
He'll get this to Elliott.
The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. run your offense out there, put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned, they ended up getting that one, didn't they?
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On second down, Elliott once more. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And I think really good defenders can snip out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the lineman is just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now it's Peterson. Breaks through the contact. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season.
And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
Elliott going to get it again on second down.
And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. The Cowboys on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing. Prescott.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
91 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Neville Gallimore able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
Now, they tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the...
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
How about that, partner? A little razzle-dazzle. Fake field goal that turns into a pass and a touchdown. Fooled everyone, including us.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time? Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Off the play fake, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.
Making the tackle there, the former Giant, Dalvin Tomlinson.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Prescott to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Daniil Hunter, his 2nd sack of the night. They'll need a big play here with Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dalvin Tomlinson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on,
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That's taken at around the 40. Touchdown, Vikings! He returns the punt 60 yards. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Joseph on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is Tony Pollard. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Daniil Hunter in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard gain.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark? And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. Boy, Dalvin Cook just so explosive in the open field. He's not a small guy either, but once he gets those legs churning, look out.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. They'll run it with Madison. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they've gotten 2 for 2.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play there. Second down. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale, where you see the final score there. Aaron Rodgers, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. From there, we head east to check out the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow leading the way there, as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. And finally, on Monday Night Football, the Giants and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Kickoff 8:15 Eastern Time. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And not much went right in those first two quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. 30. 10, 5, he will take this all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. They'll need a big play here with Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He'll go underneath here to Elliott. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30. Yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 36 yards. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
Danielle Hunter
in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Prescott now. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again to Elliott.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
They go to Elliott again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Stephen Weatherly bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. So now Dak Prescott off. Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, listen, no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So the Vikings bringing the offense back onto the field. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try to sneak. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott looking for Cooper. That's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Now Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. To throw is Prescott.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
My goodness, 229 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it.
Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. Touchdown!
A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Smith to return it.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Dalvin Tomlinson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And taken right at the 35. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. A punt return of 65 yards. And the Vikings are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Here's Smith to return it. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
No, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And again, it's Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Joseph now to have the PAT. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And a fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. So they'll
They'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Danielle Hunter in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Here's Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dalvin Tomlinson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And you can say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Fielded at the 33. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. He goes 67 yards on the punt return. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
First down, Prescott. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is taken at the 18. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 243 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. It's Cousins on the sneak. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
Cousins on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And the final readout on next-gen stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. Joseph on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Prescott on 1st down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. It's taken to the 26. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Joseph now to add the PAT. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. A nice little juke. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Stephen Weatherly make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now. as he's on to punt for Dallas. And it's fielded at the 34. Escapes the defender. Fights through, and now a crease. And there he goes again. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead they said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
Throwing here, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game. Put up that number of points. Continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think they can follow this and carry it on.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.